This is the Charter Arms Target Patriot 327. There's plenty of reviews on this round, so I'm not going to get into that too much, but it is a J frame. It holds 6 rounds, and it's a pretty light little gun. During the winter, you can easily conceal it and stuff. You know, it's J frame, so pretty much any aspect for that. The only difference is most J frames, I guess, only have a 2-inch barrel, so that is something to consider. It's got a 12-pound trigger, double action from the factory, and this spring right here is what controls that, and the hammer fall. And I haven't found a replacement spring for like a lighter thing. The only thing for Charter that I found was for the 44 Magnum that they've got, and I didn't know how that would work. So I took this out and I just clipped about a coil and a half off of it the other day, and this comes out like really easy. That's just held in there by the tension of the spring, and it just slides out, so you can just kind of pry that up. And you might not can see it from here, but there is a little pinhole in there when you go to put it back in, and I used a paper clip. I just put some pliers, needle nose pliers, on the spring and slid it down past that and stuck a paper clip in that, and that holds all the spring back and gives you plenty of room to put this all back together. And let me pull this back so you can see. It's just like a little ball and socket joint where that holds back up in there. So this spring literally holds all of that together. So it's really easy to work on. And I shot 6 times, double action just 2, and I'd put it back in the holster and draw and do 2, and so on and so forth. This is the round. These are the American Eagle 85 grain. They're loaded just like the Hydra Shock, the managed recoil, and it's incredibly manageable through this revolver. It'd probably be a little hot with full loads in a 2-inch barrel, but I really can't tell a difference shooting the 100 grain American Eagle full loads through it. And of course the handles just have one screw that holds them on. Really good little gun. I like it a lot, and I think the caliber's starting to pick back up. Ruger started making some guns in it, and Smith & Wesson may have started making some more guns in it, but I really like this caliber. I hope it catches on. That being said, and I can shoot it single action pretty well, about an 8-inch group at 25 yards or so, which is pretty respectable. I can't shoot double action for anything, but I wound up managing to put 4 in a cardboard box at 7 yards, which for self-defense, I think that's fine. And just to compare the round to a 22, which is about pointless, but it's pretty potent little round. And then just also, my father-in-law came into some guns he inherited, and he gave me this one because he doesn't know anything about it. And it's a Sentinel Deluxe, and it's got a 4-inch barrel, and it's a 9-shot 22 revolver, and they're really cheap. I've looked them up on Gunbroker, and you can get them for about $200 for like a starter revolver, because I mean all revolvers are basically the same as far as learning, and 22s are pretty cheap for planking and stuff. That's I've put a lot of rounds through this gun, and it works really well, and I can shoot it single action like as good as I can shoot a rifle, probably. I've killed several snakes with this gun while I was fishing. And I mean, even as self-defense, there's no recoil on a 22. So, you know, your follow-up shots are right where your first shot was instantly. And I guess it is a K-frame, but really, it's not really any bigger than this gun. So basically for carrying, you know, it's basically just like a J-frame, but I guess it's a little bit bigger back here, and the handle's a little bit longer. But I just kind of wanted to throw that in on the side. This is a really good buy, in my opinion, for a starter revolver anyway. Just learning how to get everything down, and I like shooting it because it's pretty quiet because it's a 22 and there's no recoil, and it's really accurate for a gun. It does have fixed sights on it, where this Target Patriot, it's got windage and elevation and all that stuff that you can adjust. But this was my first revolver, and like I said, really like this round. This is slowly becoming my favorite handgun. And I don't have any automatic, so this is, I guess what you would call my high capacity handgun. Really like it. I'll get some footage up of those shots, and let me know what you think. Alright, that's just two, or double taps, whatever you want to call it. And I'd already shot some 22s at it. About 7 yards, and got one here and here. That 327 Magnum. One here. So this 1, 2, 3. That's one. So, not too bad. Double action. Just shooting two as fast as I could. 4 out of 6. I'm okay with that.